Hold on. Marcus, you don't take your butt outside and drill that ball in the
Concrete, welcome to all ball. Format unique, all access for all y'all. What the spiel like back full of elite athletes that wanna teach and it speaks to the streets, so it feel right. Marcus Liberty, a legend on and off the court to give you what you need. Robert Reed is your co-host. Go. Yeah. Like and subscribe and follow like a crossover. Never know what might fall through this bitch tomorrow. So, all ball Chicago. All ball Chicago. All ball Chicago. All I know is all ball Chicago. All ball Chicago. All ball Chicago. All ball Chicago. All I know is all ball Chicago.
Welcome to another edition of All Ball Chicago. I'm your co-host, Robert Bobby Reed, and I got the legend, the NBA veteran, the McDonald All-American, your host, Marcus, living in the building. What's up, Marcus?
What's up, my beautiful people?
I like that, man.
You like that one, huh?
What's up, my beautiful people? Somebody need to do a remix to our stuff. You know how they be doing Stephen A. Them? They do that like they do the remix. Somebody remix our stuff. Let's see. We're gonna give a special prize to whoever can remix it. What's up, big fella?
Man, chilling, dude, chilling. Can't complain. The day is a beautiful day, and just enjoying life. You know what I'm saying?
Did you grew up watching Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood?
I think that was probably the only thing that was coming on back then. That and Sesame Street and your boy Barney Fife. And I got to throw in the Three Stooges and the Little Rascals. That's what we was watching back then, man. Crazy, right? Crazy.
I know it said Barney Fife.
You know you was watching that too, boy. You know you was watching that.
What was the name of that show?
Man, Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith.
Andy Griffith, man. Andy Griffith.
Did they lock anybody up other than the drug dude that lived?
I know, right?
Oh man. Oh, God. Sanford and Son, all of them shows. Wow.
Well, we got somebody coming in already.
Fellas, I was mad at y'all the other day. I had a bang of people waiting to see Dead Coleman on YouTube. Damn.
Well, we did put it back out there on YouTube, but I know what she means. She probably wanted for us to go live, and we just had some difficulties. We couldn't stream it live. Something happened, and me and Bob, went in and we fixed it. He's an engineer and computer. So
look at my software degree in there.
So he figured it out. So it's all good. But thank you for tuning in on this Friday. I know you were at work, people at work enjoying us on their lunch break. But we just wanted to jump on, man, because for one, we think our guy, Michael Jordan is always considered being the GOAT. And then people are starting to talk about LeBron James. But in most people's eyes, especially the older generation, they would always throw Wilt Chamberlain name in that mix. Right, Bob?
Man, all the old schoolers do it, man. All the old schoolers, they say Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest player that they ever seen. What they say, he bench pressed, 500 or something like that?
Man, he was ridiculous, man. He was probably, from all of the stuff that I read about him and the things and all of the things that he accomplished, people don't know. He was the all-time leading scorer in NBA history at one time.
Yeah, you was telling me that this morning. We was talking about that. And you said he held the reign for 20 years?
I think it was 18 years he had that title. And then till Captain came along, Mr. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he smashed it. And I think Wilt had 31,000 and some change. And shoot, and your man Kareem came and smashed it. So if we talking about the GOAT and we talking about players in different eras and what they did and what they did and accomplished, why is it that we don't talk about the Wilt, the still? Is it because there's no videos? Is it because people said the competition wasn't, as good? Why is he not considered the GOAT?
Man, it's crazy, man. I was just, it's like we take for granted of his greatness. Eric Johnson, we take for granted his greatness because we didn't see him. Wilt Chamberlain was a freak athlete at that size, and they call him the strongest man. I think saying he is the most dominant player ever. I agree. I just so happened to pull up a very interesting stat of Wilt Chamberlain. He got the most career 50-point games with 118. He got the most 60-point games with 32 of them. He got 6 70-point games.
Wow.
What the hell are y'all talking about?
Wow.
32 60-point games, 6 70-point games, Liv.
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy. And then, Bob, I even saw something too. I had to go pull it up. His career highs in all those categories. He had 100 points, which we talk about.
Okay.
And I'm talking about in a single game now. 100 points in a single game, 55 rebounds in a single game, 21 assists in a single game, and 25 blocks, they said, in a single game.
Wow.
That's his career. Those are his career numbers, in a single game. Now, if that's not crazy, and not being talked about, I sure wish I was. Remember that rap group? Somebody said, "Tell me were you in the joint the night Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points." I wish I was in the joint. I was in that place watching him put them 100 points up because I want to know who was guarding that man.
Hey,
for real.
We pulled up that video. I wish we could show it, but we pulled up that Wilt Chamberlain video, and it looked, the small video that we saw at first, and then that was my first time really pulling up a video. Right. He was faster than everybody.
Yeah, he was.
And more athletic. He was handling the rock, pushing it up the rock.
I think he ran track.
He ran track and he did high jump. He sure did.
Yeah.
Let's dig into the stats. Anybody pull up some interesting stats on Wilt Chamberlain? This show is about Wilt Chamberlain today. The all-time most dominant player in basketball history. Let's see. They got something else on here, the most unbreakable records they got by Wilt Chamberlain.
He's the only player that blocked Kareem skyhook a lot of times, and he was 37 at the time as Lou Alcindor for the Bucks. Wilt led the league in assists. All right, Ron, thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. Aaron Foster, my man, said 100 points in a game. Yes, sir, Aaron. We just spoke on that.
Oh, man, because you're about to, and I heard they didn't even finish that game.
Right.
Not saying he wasn't great, because he was, but does eras competition matter? Let's call it what it was. Like 20 teams and the talent level, the numbers can't be denied, though. That's the part that we could always go and say, man, we can argue that. Like, I even see people saying, who did Michael Jordan play against in his era because he was so dominant? Right. You know what I'm saying? And then they always say, look at LeBron. He's down. He's playing in the Cotton Candy League, Could he have done that? So there will always be those references, man.
Yeah, I agree. In the next generation, they'll be talking about LeBron wasn't nothing.
Yeah.
He didn't play against nobody.
Yeah.
But
it's just nonstop.
But we know, if you're a basketball player, it doesn't matter who you go up against. Those are still phenomenal numbers.
Yeah.
I don't care who you go up against. It's just like when we saw Kobe Bryant score those, 81 points?
81 points, man.
81 points, and everybody's like, well, they're not playing defense, So
when is enough? They all professional athletes. Liv, you was a professional athlete. There's no bums on the team. Would you tell? I'm gonna ask you this, Liv. Would a 12th man on the floor go into Lifetime and give everybody everything?
Man, come on, dude. Anybody that played in the NBA, man, are there for some reason, for some kind of talent that they had or some kind of skill development that they had. Man, they would dominate.
What
They would
would they
destroy.
do in Lifetime Fitness? They walk into there right now.
Well, shoot, if an NBA player walks into Lifetime Fitness, it depends though, Bob. So some guys go in there and coast, right, until somebody push the button and then they turn it up a notch. So if you're talking about that turn up the notch type of basketball player coming there, he coming in there to destroying cats, you know, because he don't
We're
want
talking about the 12th man on the bench.
the 12 man on the bench, man. The 12 man on the bench, man. These guys are there for a reason, man.
Yeah,
for a reason.
That's I just want to live to clear that up so we can get back to the Big Dipper. Let's go back.
Well,
Let's go back to the Big Dipper.
We got another question.
It's a ton of video on YouTube on Wilt. I think Wilt pretty much in most people's top 5. Then him losing to Bill Russell all the time may have hurt, but he got to be top 5 players ever. You know what? I equate Wilt Chamberlain losing to Bill Russell like LeBron losing to Timmy when Timmy was in San Antonio. Like, you not beating the Boston Celtics back then because they had a total team. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If there's ever a franchise that had a longer run of greatness, it was the Boston Celtics and the Lakers.
Right.
So he was in Philly, and where else was he at? He ended up having to go to LA to win it.
Yeah, the Minneapolis. I think it was with the
Minneapolis Lakers.
Yeah, and then they moved, I think, to LA. But yeah, he got 2 championships. You know, people, you know, they want to say this what solidifies you as a, you know, one of the greats. You know, he got 2 I was gonna say Super Bowl, 2 championship rings, and he did his thing, man. I mean, led the league. And one year he said, "Let me tell you something. Y'all said I can't pass or what have you. Let me lead the league in assists," and he went out and did it.
Okay, all right. So we want to talk about GOATs, right? I got a very interesting stat. I'm gonna read this one first on here.
Okay.
This one right here is dope. Liv agreed. The numbers are outstanding. Question: if you played in that era, wouldn't you dominate more than in the 80s and 90s? You can't say that. Go ahead.
I can't either. I can't say that either. I can't speak on that because, you know, I don't really know because I wasn't there. From what I hear from legendary people like your great Jerry West and Rick Barry. Rick Barry was on our show talking about this, man, that how strong and how competitive that basketball league was. You know, they're the ones that laid the foundation of what these guys are going through right now and playing and competing.
Right.
So, and even Steph Curry said that on one of those shows. I wish we had video. We could have pulled it up, but Steph Curry said he don't know if he could have played in that era.
Man, the physicality, man. Like each era deserves its roses, man.
Right.
Each era deserves its roses. Let me read this off right quick. Chamberlain holds 72 NBA records, 68 by himself. Now here they are. This is real short too. Okay. Among his records are several that are considered unbreakable, such as averaging 22.9 rebounds for a career, or 50.4 points per game in a season, scoring 100 points or 55 rebounds in a single game, scoring 65 or more points 15 times, 50 or more points 118 times.
Right. That's, you know what that's called, listeners? That's called being dominant. You know, he was a dominant player. They were probably afraid of him.
They was getting out the way. We watched the video. He was coming out, taking off, people trying to take charges.
And Shaquille O'Neal, I know we're talking about Wilt Chamberlain, but Shaquille O'Neal reminds me a little bit of the great Wilt Chamberlain.
Absolutely.
And I think and this is just me talking, if Shaquille O'Neal, the game was starting to transform a little bit away from that inside, and it was, you know, the guards were starting to shoot a lot. But back in the day, when Wilt Chamberlain played, the ball must go inside first.
Every time.
It must go inside first. So think about that. In the 60s, that ball was going inside to those bigs every time. That's why George Mikan was so dominant. People talking about George Mikan. He was down there killing, right? But you got to think about this. Shaquille O'Neal could have done the same thing.
Yeah.
But he started playing with what? Guys that can shoot. A Penny Hardaway, you know, a Dennis Scott. Those guys that can shoot the rock. Yeah. You know, they started playing more perimeter. And then he gets a chance to play with what? The great Kobe Bryant And you saw what happened with that. Kobe was shooting that ball a lot. So if Shaquille O'Neal had somebody that was giving him that ball every time down low, we will be mentioning Shaquille O'Neal probably as the top dog, the #1 scorer of all time.
Easy. That's easy to say.
Come
Because
on,
he
man.
was unstoppable.
Come on, man.
Shaq, that's why, you know what, people was talking crazy about they couldn't have beat Dream Team 1. I'm like, hold on. You talking about DC and Shaq on the same team? Man, that's trouble right there. Liv, if you played for a single A high school in the middle of nowhere, you'd average 40. Competition matters.
Well, we not talking. I didn't say the competition didn't matter, right? I mean, I know competition matter. We got to think, man. If you was there, maybe we could talk about this. I wasn't there. I'm just hearing what other people are talking about as far as, Wilt Chamberlain doing his thing, and he played in college too, and he was dominant in college too.
I'll give you a scenario right quick, just on hip hop music. Right now, we saw Kanye go on Drink Champs and say that Drake is the greatest rapper of all times. We're talking about over Rakim, KRS-One. You see what I'm saying? So it's safe to say sports is just like rap. It's pro-choice.
Right.
But Shaq's problem was he didn't stay in shape or wasn't motivated. If he wasn't 100% into basketball, he would have been the GOAT. Hey, Eric Johnson, let me address that, Liv. Man, that's just rumor, man. That's just some rumor stuff because Shaq dominated everybody every night. If there was never a night that you could say Shaq didn't bring it. Have y'all ever said that? Is there ever a night that you seen Shaq didn't get 25 and 10?
I think the problem was when Kobe said that. Kobe came out and said something about his work. Man, Kobe was a different type of dude, as far as that. Shaq and the rest of those guys, you hear their stories, talking about Kobe was embedded to this game. Like he wanted it more than probably anyone. Like he was a psycho. Yeah, he was sleeping this. When you hear people say eat, sleep basketball, that's what Kobe Bryant was definitely doing. With it. He was definitely doing it. And a lot of people don't do that. They don't have that drive like that. So some people want to spend time with their family. Some people want to hang out and do what they need to do outside of basketball, just for the mental stage of it, part of it. But Kobe Bryant was different, man. So I think Shaq, if he had some guys that would throw that ball inside, I mean, even a 80% Shaq, if you say Shaq wasn't in shape, but 80% Shaq still can get you 25 to 30 points a game.
Bro, I just remember during the playoffs when Shaq was playing, doing the Lakers, he was turning around, punishing motherfuckers. And when he got that drop step and he started spinning, man, Shaq was unstoppable, dude. No, what I'm saying is he was dominant. He could have dominated more even years, said like Derrick Coleman, his first 5 years, he was 20-12 player, but rumors that he didn't have to drive. It's all rumors. Like you said, Eric Johnson, it's a rumor, man. These guys were still elite. Like, how much better can you ask them to be when they were still the best in their position, right?
Yeah. And
was they the best in their position, Lee?
Yes, sir. I mean, Shaq was best at the center position.
And DC?
And DC definitely was too, and it's just what people put on them guys, Maybe DC was just cool with where he was at, Like some people go, I think Kobe had his mind set up that that's what I was going to do. Right. I'm coming in and I'm going to be the best, of all time at that 2 guard. That was his mindset. And I think, Shaq and Derrick Coleman, I can't really speak for them, but I'm assuming they enjoy playing basketball, and doing what they had to do to win championships if it had to be. But I agree somewhat to some of our listeners, what they're saying, that sometimes you got to be, not sometimes, you do have to be in shape to play this game.
But like Shaq said, when was I never in shape?
Right. I think when Shaq got hurt, he gained some weight and
he was older though.
Yeah.
He was on his way out. When he went to Miami, he was on his way out. Shaq didn't take care of his body and got big and out of shape, but was still dominant. Who Scoop? All I seen of him was punishing every big in the league. I don't know what y'all talking about, man. I don't know.
Oh Lord, they already went on to
Come
this
on,
one.
Bob. Nowhere in hell, Dream Team 2 beats Dream Team 1. Hey, Whitney Bird, let me tell you something, man. The baddest motherfucker, excuse my language, since we talking basketball on Dream Team 1 was Michael Jordan. But then you got that goddamn Shaquille O'Neal over there with number 2. And with DC over there, man, hey, they was loaded. I ain't just go deliver Mike nothing when you got killers on both sides. Like DC said, man, we'd have been on Mike's ass. And I'm like, hey, DC said it. He said, man, we done locked Mike. Now, I ain't seen nobody do that yet, DC. But I get what you're saying. You feel me?
Well,
but that's the team that's never been forgotten.
He was saying Joe Dumars. When Joe Dumars was in Detroit, he was the one that was handling Mike most of the time. So that's what DC was talking about. They had Joe D over there.
Yeah, and they had Isaiah Thomas.
Zeke was on that team
Zeke was on that. Like, Zeke is a bum. Like, when did Isaiah Thomas from Chi-Town become a bum, man? I just want to know. Just because he stopped messing with Michael Jordan, a whole Chi-Town turned on him. That's what it really is.
But then Whitney said this: Magic, Pippen, Melman, Mullen. Who's gonna match up with them?
Man, all I know is in the All-Star games, Isaiah Thomas was giving Magic business too. They was both smacking. They were giving each other business, man. You remember that, Liv?
Hey, I would love to see that game.
You remember them All-Star games with Magic and Isaiah?
Yeah.
What?
They were definitely showmanship.
Man, they were showmen, man.
They knew how to get out there and put on a show.
That's what I'm saying, bro. So
yeah.
They apples and oranges.
But back to Wilt, man, because I know that's what we were talking about. I know Wilt Chamberlain. I mean, we gonna answer some of the questions too that we got on our timeline. But
let's see. Let me see what we got.
Let's get back to Wilt, man, because I think a lot of people just probably don't know. So we got some young listeners too that listen to us, and they just don't know about the history of basketball. You know, they think it's LeBron James and Kobe Bryant.
Somebody just put this poster of Bob Stop and Scotty the X Factor for the Dream Team. Man, please. Hey, Larry Smith, do not mention Scottie Pippen around Mark Aguirre and Isaiah Thomas. They like, what, man? That dude's soft as cotton candy. I know what y'all saw, but hey, don't mention it around the bad boy Pistons. They saw something different, boy. And I'm with them. Man, Isaiah and Mark Aguirre, them Chi-Towns, man, they punk Scotty. If it wasn't for Mike, man, they wouldn't have won. Dream Team 1 would struggle with Shaq, but Dream Team had Patrick Ewing, David Robinson. Do not mention David Robinson with Shaq name in the same sentence. Don't do that. He had 72 on. How much Shaq have on David Robinson there?
Man, Shaq used to dominate them. Shaq did it. He took that personal because he was from San Antonio. Shaq was from San Antonio. Shaq took that personal.
Hey, Hoop Scooper, you heard what DC said about Charles Barkley, right? We know we're gonna cancel that one. And I know what he did Karl Malone. What? A 6'9", 6'10" DC putting that thing on the floor lefty? Man, y'all better stop it, bro. Right. I'm going with DC now, man. Shaq was still in the end of his prime in Miami. Downside started when he left Miami. Don't forget he went to Cleveland, too. Cleveland, Boston, Phoenix, and so on. He wasn't always in shape to the level he should have been. That's the crazy part. If he took his craft serious like LeBron and Kobe, his potential to go. How many years did Shaq play in the league? Somebody put that up there. How many years did he? Put Shaq's number up there. Somebody got Shaq's number.
Yeah, you know Shaq played in the league for a long time, man.
That's what I'm saying.
He didn't play in the league for no 8 years. He played in the double digits. He played
at least what, 17?
15, 16 years, man.
That's what I'm saying, Lid. They want to try to act like Shaq was just a passerby. Every team he played for. No, he said, no, they got to guard David Robinson.
Right.
Put that up there, bro. No, they got to guard David Robinson and Ewing. Don't act like they was killing Shaq and just cause DC said he don't mean it. DC, I love with all my heart. He can't guard Carla. Man, hey, Hoop Scoop, you better stop it, dude. What you put your cup up next to your post next time? I want to see what you drink.
No, but these are really good arguments, though. Really, if you really think about it, man. because for one, the dream team, the first dream team, and then they came with this team, calling them the dream team too.
Right,
So
right,
they had to give them some respect because they they had some dogs on their team
right.
as well, that dream team too. So to be honest with you, man, that would be a close game. It wouldn't be a blowout. It would be a close game.
Who you giving the edge to? MJ?
Man, I'm an MJ. You know I'm an MJ man.
You go.
No, not just MJ. Magic, is my guy. And but Magic was on his way out. I mean, he was older, man.
Larry Legend too.
Yeah. Yeah. So they still talking about this, look.
What? Can DC guard Barkley? Come on, y'all, stop, man. Are you kidding me?
Well, when DC was on the show, DC was saying it was hard to guard him because of the picks.
Yeah.
One-on-one, straight up one-on-one, I think DC can guard him. But coming around
when have you seen Karl Malone put the ball on the floor and take somebody off the dribble and do something fancy? Do something slick with it. Right. DC was at the top of the floor patting that rock, man, giving mug straight business, man. Are y'all kidding me right now?
He played 19 years, Shaq.
19 years.
Yeah, 19 years. Now, Eric, I agree. Magic is my idol. Magic was my idol.
Mine too.
Everybody looked up to Mike. I knew I couldn't jump like Mike. I couldn't do that. I ain't have big hands like Mike, but I could pass the rock. I could score. George Gervin, those type of players was the ones I looked up to. Even though I was from Chicago, everybody know, Magic Johnson, George Gervin, Bernard King. Those were my three guys.
Okay, so I mean, when Mike came around late. By the time Mike came around, we was all grown as hell. Magic came around in 79. We were still 15, 16, 14 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Doing them look away pass.
Yeah. So Mike, by the time he came around, we was all in high school doing our own thing.
But we can't take this away from the Big Dipper either. I know we talking about it was no competition in that generation of that era of basketball, but he was so athletic.
Let me pull up some of his track and field stuff.
Right, Eric. We were talking about we moving all around the place, but that's what we do here on All Ball Chicago too, man. We'll put up some content and say that's what we're gonna talk about it, and we be moving all over the place, man.
Yeah. So you better be versatile.
Yeah,
if Liv ain't got y'all, I got you.
For sure. Facts.
All right.
But Wilt in college, did he win a championship in college at Kansas? I know when I went visit Kansas and I saw all type of stuff about Wilt Chamberlain, man.
I was just reading that. They said, man, the man played volleyball too, man.
Volleyball too?
He also played volleyball after his NBA career and became an all-star.
that's an athlete, man.
He's inducted into the Naismith Basketball Hall of Fame, the Volleyball Hall of Fame, and the Kansas Jayhawks Hall of Fame.
Wow.
His number retired in Kansas. His number retired by teams who played for Golden State, Philly, and Los Angeles. Man, Wilt Chamberlain is bound for pound. They say he is the opening statement to this, the way they opened it up. They said Wilt Chamberlain is the greatest athlete of all time. And it's not even close. Before you look away, start commenting. Let me explain it. Wilt Chamberlain is not the greatest basketball player ever, but he is a better athlete than any man, woman, or demigod who has ever done anything.
Right. That's an athlete, man. The guy is an athlete. I mean, think about that. You're talking about him doing things and dominating in college and being not just a Hall of Famer in basketball, but in track and volleyball. I mean, come on, man. I wish I would have saw it with my own eyes. I wish I was in the stands watching him beat up stuff on the glass. But no, you know what this show is interesting though, Bob? He wasn't blocking a lot of shots, though. He didn't average a lot of shot blocks in games. Your boy did now, Bill Russell.
Bill Russell did.
But Wilt, he didn't block a lot of shots, man. I think Big Dipper was leaking out on that fast break a lot.
Hey, look at this though. As Kansas track and field athlete, Wilt won the Big 8 championship 3 years running by high jumping upwards to 50 inches on the high jump.
Damn.
We hear dudes at the gym always talking about, oh, he got a 40-inch vert.
Right.
This man got a 50-inch vert. That was competition in Wilt's time, but his physical skills were far above everyone else's. And every now and then that happens, man.
But isn't that what they say about Michael Jordan? Isn't that what they said about LeBron James? They saying about LeBron James was separating him. He's an athlete. He's big. He's strong. We haven't seen a guy that moved like that big in a long time.
Oh man, here's a story. Okay, I love y'all show, but most people that knows who got Wilt in the top 5 ever. It's these youngins, and remember, Liv, the stats on blocks wasn't tracked, right? Ron, you know he probably had about 30 blocks a game.
Yeah, but if it wasn't tracked, so how did they were saying Bill Russell had all those blocks?
I don't know.
Think about
That's
it.
another one.
They talking about Bill Russell doing all these block shots and shot blocking, but you're not gonna keep my man stats. Something ain't right. Something ain't right, Bob. Something ain't right. Yeah. Let me see who else we got on here. They said Wilt lost to North Carolina in the finals when North Carolina went to the Final Four. Okay.
Wow, they got some stories of this. Listen to this story. This is very short, all right? They say before he was in the NBA, Wilt played for the Harlem Globetrotters. They were on a trip to Russia, and they were assigned a tight locker room. For whatever reason, the players started playfully shoving each other, and 2 of them sat by Wilt. They say Wilt picked the 2 men up by their shirts like 2 little crackers, no racial connotation, they said. In his hands, each man weighed 200 pounds.
Wow.
Like, stop playing. Pick 2.
Wow.
Oh my God.
That's crazy. But yeah, man, he was dominant. We gonna toast to that. He was dominant. And he is top 5. He's all-time top 5 in my category.
I got another story. It's a short one too. These are stories. These are folk stories that they said about Wilt. They say Wilt used to work at a hotel as a bellhop, and sometimes people would pull up with a flat tire but had no jack. That was no problem for Wilt because he went to whatever side the flat was on and lift the car up.
I don't believe that one. You believe that one?
Hey man, if they said it, I believe it, man. Wilt ran a 4.5 and a 49 and had a 48-inch vertical. Hey, this is for Wilt. We giving him his roses on All Ball Chicago.
Right.
Liv and Wilt played against great centers: Willis Reed,
Wes Unseld, Bob Lanier.
Yeah, come in. Yeah, I mean, back then, you think about it like you said, when we were growing up, the number one thing was pounding into the big guy.
Yeah. That's how we were taught. You know, when I started playing basketball, it was always inside out.
I played center in elementary school. I was 6'2", so I know they could. Everything started with me. I go down there and post up.
I know you was getting your shit beat up.
I have more fakes than these chicks, man. I'm just kidding. No, but you know, back then, you know, the tallest dude was always the center.
Right.
And if you handled the ball, they'd be like, give it to the guard. And every guard, because you short, don't mean you're a guard, dog, because you short. You know,
right.
They got lifeguards, all type of stuff. But yeah, Liv, Wilt Chamberlain, to me, I'm going to go and give it to him. He the GOAT. He the greatest of all time.
You giving it to him?
I'm giving it to him, man. I'm going to go and give it to him right now on our show. Wilt Chamberlain.
So it doesn't have to do, your GOAT doesn't have to do nothing with all-time leading scorer. Your GOAT doesn't have to do with how many championships he won. Your GOAT doesn't have to mean he's dominant or anything like that in the post.
My GOAT had to do with what he was able to do the way he changed the game.
Okay.
Let's not forget they put 3 seconds in the paint because of him.
Okay, so he's a game changer.
He's a game changer. They widened the lane because of him.
Okay.
They made him stop dunking the ball. Remember? And he just stopped finger rolling. Remember? They took the dunk out the NBA because of this man. For what, 5-6 years? They said, "Come on, man. This we know we're gonna stop talking all this this play toy stuff." Wilt is the all-time greatest.
Well, that's it, man, for Wilt. Now, have you been watching these games that's been being played, these NBA games? Have you been watching your Lakers? Have you been watching your LeBron James? What has LeBron James been doing? What is the Lakers' record?
You know, this year, the Lakers fans, this is going to be all about LeBron breaking Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record. The Lakers will not even make the playoffs with this team.
They 0-2 right now.
As presently constructed, the Lakers will not make the playoffs. The West is too loaded. They can't even beat Minnesota.
So they're gonna do that play-in game, you think?
They're gonna get played in and played right out of there. And you know what? I was talking with your boy Coach Dilding them last night, and they were saying
wait, man. Hold on. Keep your thought. Melissa got a good one, man, because I was just thinking about this the other day when I was watching. Check it out.
What y'all thoughts on the Lakers? Why LeBron James shooting threes like he a shooter? I'm serious. Hey, Melissa.
He's trying to get to those points quick.
Yeah. And also Bron think he got a heater. He think he got a fajita.
Man, he shot a brick yesterday, dude.
But he think he can shoot. Like Bron, like I'm not knocking LeBron James, but he think he got a wet ball. And you don't have a wet ball, LeBron. You got to rocket that mug out. You know
he's streaky. He's streaky. If he's making them, then he can shoot them. But if he's just out there like trying to get going like Steph, it's hard, man.
Bron has never had a jumper to me.
His greatest attribute is getting downhill and scoring around the basket. And if he had a mid range, he would really be dominant. But and his post up game is so. So if people really scout him, you stop him from getting downhill and keep him out on the perimeter, you pretty much got him where you want him.
Well, the game changed right before our eyes because now every team got shooters, but the Lakers. So they canceled out all that strongman stuff that LeBron was doing away with.
What did they bring that young kid over there for? Why did they give him that money, Austin Reeves? Why did they pay him? I thought that's what they brought him, wanted him there, to be a shooter.
Like I say, it's presently constructed with all the egos and all of that stuff. I don't think they're gonna be able to do nothing. But I would go back to what I was gonna say. They was talking about AD, talking about he need to work out with LeBron and get his body like with LeBron, eating him alive. And my perspective on him was this: he's just one of those guys, those big guys, man, whose body is taking a pound and just playing basketball. Like we saw him run through the lane and mess his knee up. You see what I'm saying? So I just think that no matter what he do, he's going to continue to get hurt because of the size, his how big he is. You know what I'm saying, Lip? At that size, at 6'10", 6'11", his game would have been better fitted for the 90s when you had a Tim Duncan and you had a Karl Malone and the way Timmy and them played and Kevin Garnett and them. Left shoulder, right shoulder, that type of deal. But with the pace of the game right now, it's just the pace is too fast for AD.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that it shows.
Well, the Lakers played 2 games so far. And let's see. The first game, Bob, against the Warriors. You're talking about this game as being a 3-point shooters game, right? Mm-hmm. They were 10 for 40 against the Warriors.
Wow.
10 for 40. All right. So now let's go to the last night game. 10 for 40. Remember that. 10 for 40, what I just said.
Right.
The game last night, they were 9 for 45.
Wow.
9 for 45.
I think they need to stop shooting.
So in the last 2 games, they are what? 90 or 85? 85, 19 for 85.
That's terrible, man. 19 for 85
Yes.
from the strike. You ain't winning
From
no
the
games like
3-point line.
that. Hey, Darvingham, you better clean ship real quick, man. Because this job going to be short-lived, buddy. So why do media and fans blame Westbrook? And I say, take the Lakers off TV. Who want to see that? And Rob Pelinka traded Kuzma, KCP, and Harrell for Westbrook. Y'all remember LeBron was up under Russ everywhere. Now you don't see them together anymore. You know what, Deion Hoops page, man? I saw KD post something. They post something in Bleacher Report yesterday. KD said, oh, so now you're going to make Russell Westbrook the butt of all your jokes now. Like, KD don't like the way LeBron is treating Russell Westbrook. He said something yesterday. It was on Bleacher Report.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was like, oh, so he going to be the butt end of all your jokes now. Because
Wow.
I don't like the way LeBron is handling this, man. It's showing a level of childishness and immaturity.
Yeah, I feel sorry for Westbrook. I really do. Because if you really look at it, when he was with OKC, he was pretty much doing his thing. And it could have been, well, no, because he was with KD and Harden and was doing his thing. And I think it's hard for players to play with LeBron James because LeBron needs that ball in his hand a whole lot. And Westbrook, when he was in college, he was known as a defensive stopper, and then his game got developed and his skills got better, and then he became a scoring guard. So when he got to the NBA, he got used to, scoring and having the ball in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
If I was representing him, I probably would have stopped that. Said, no, we don't need to go over here with LeBron, right? We need to figure this out and get you somewhere where you still can get your numbers, but also, win a bunch of games. Yeah. And I just don't see that, man. The chemistry, it just don't seem right. You can look at Westbrook's face. He looks unhappy.
Well, first of all, we all know LeBron is a ball stopper here, misogynist. When I say misogynist, he got to get the ball and he got to have it and all of that stuff. And you play basketball, I play basketball. You play with a guy, man, who got to have the ball all the damn time, man. It takes the fun out of the game of basketball. And then he'd be over there smacking his lip. Every time you do something wrong, can't nobody play with that. Now, I'm not hot dogging LeBron, but this is person. Everybody know that. Everybody knows LeBron is a whiner, man. Everybody knows that, man. Russell Westbrook, you went to LA, you grabbed you what? How much you get?
Oh, he getting a nice bag.
So you take that bag and you're going to end up over there in Brooklyn because Brooklyn's going to, I believe they're going to try to pull it, bring him over there. KD get Kyrie up out of there because he's whining. Put Russell Westbrook back with KD and watch what happens. I think that's going to happen, man.
That's you putting on your GM hat.
I'm telling you, put my GM hat on. I can see it happening.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen.
Okay. Y'all remember this show.
Yeah, well, I want to definitely remember that show when we talked about this, but I don't think that's going to happen, Bob.
I think that'll be a good backcourt, man, with Ben Simmons and Russell Westbrook.
Some people just
because guess what? Kyrie ain't even going to show up to work half the time. So go ahead.
You say so? You're talking about Kyrie Irving now.
If Kyrie if you trade off Kyrie,
the most skillful guard in the NBA
when he on the floor, and when he's on the floor. Have he played a full season since he's been in the league?
Has he missed yet?
Have he missed what?
Any games yet?
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Sometimes you just be talking, man. I mean, the season just started, but I don't.
He only played 2 games, bro.
I know that's what I'm saying, but I think
you better not miss 2 games.
I think he's gonna be all right. I think every team has. I even think the Lakers gonna figure it out. It's just right now, everybody wants it now. They want to see what the Lakers going to look like now. It's going to take some time for that team to gel, man. They got some pieces, Bob. They really do. They really got some pieces, but we got to just wait and see how it's going. Let's give them to like 30 games. When at 30 games, if we don't see nothing, then we start getting on.
Put man post up on YouTube.
I got 2 of them. He's got Kyrie was horrible. That one?
Yeah, put that up. Man. Okay, Kyrie was horrible in the first game against Zion. Like, hey, I'm telling you, man, I'm starting to be concerned with these Hollywood athletes, man, because they ask for a lot, but they're not even playing these games. They remember Michael Jordan played 82 games, like 7 straight seasons. What's the most games you played live in the season? Did you all play all 82? Even if you don't get a DNP, was you there ready to play every game?
79 games I played. 78, I think.
That's good,
78.
man.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, man, it's a different league though, man. Like they are athletic. They jumping out the gym. You know, they using they verticals and they strides and they cuts and they plyometrics and everything is being shown in this generation of basketball. And some of these shoes they be wearing, man, it's I don't know. I always say that, man. The basketball shoes they wearing now, man, I don't think it's meant for these kids. But back to Kyrie Irving. I like Kyrie Irving. I just don't know mentally where he's at. You know, do you want to hoop or not? You know, and I think once he puts his mind to it, man, he's one of the best guards in the league. You know,
and that's key to it, right?
Yeah.
What Kyrie Irving's going to show up each season?
Right.
Who wants Russell Westbrook? If I'm a team, why would I want to help the Lakers? Right.
Because, Dion, we know what it's just like with the Dallas Cowboys. Everybody calls them the America's team. So they call the Lakers the America's team. So everybody wants to help the Lakers become somebody because the Lakers haven't been doing anything. That championship they won in the bubble, do we consider that really won?
Yeah, that was an AAU tournament.
You know, so what we failed to realize is that people used to watch the Lakers and the Boston Celtics a lot on television.
Mm-hmm.
Those the teams that was on a lot, you know, in Philadelphia.
So
people want to still say that's my team. You know, the Lakers probably got more fans than anybody.
Right. I got a question. Why can't Kyrie Irving be mentioned in the same sentence as Steph Curry? It's like Kyrie, the best skill, but outside the one title, what has he done? Kyrie should be top 10 players. You want to address that, Lip?
I just told you I'm a fan of Kyrie Irving. You know, always has been. You know, have been, and to see the things that he's a crucial shooter. I mean, when the game is on the line, give him the rock. He's gonna make something happen. He's a liability on defense. You know, you could say, but they said Steph Curry is too. So I can put him up there, but I think Steph is probably, you know, one of the guards that he's clutch. Yeah, he's clutch.
He's the consummate professional there.
And yeah, because
he show up to work, you know he gonna be there, man. We don't know what Kyrie gonna be at work,
man. But why he didn't show up last time, Bob?
Who?
Kyrie. Was it because of COVID?
That's what I'm saying. We don't know if Kyrie gonna show up to work, man.
But I'm saying he didn't show up because of COVID. His beliefs and what he believed in. You know, he didn't believe about putting anything in his body to stop something that he didn't believe in. And then he didn't believe that COVID was to even exist, I don't think. You know, so I think he just didn't want, you know, to play, you know, and then when he
What happened in Boston?
What happened in Boston? I think he just wanted to get out of there.
And what happened in Cleveland?
Now, I think that was more LeBron.
No, he left. He wanted out of there.
Because of LeBron.
No, because Kyrie wanted out. They just won a title.
Think about this, Bob. Think about this. When we remember LeBron was gone. He had went off he took his talent to where?
Miami. But they came back and won the title.
No, listen. Kyrie, before he got there, it was Kyrie's team. Right? When LeBron left, it was Kyrie's team. right?
Mm-hmm.
Kyrie was trying to get some momentum going, do his thing on the court. And LeBron said, shit, I'm liking what I see over there. Young fella, let me go back,
Mm-hmm.
right? Knowing what the experience that LeBron had was good, right? But Kyrie wanted the ball in his hands and he couldn't get it in his hands. So he's like, man, I can't play with this guy. So let me get up out of here.
That makes sense.
What would you have done? What would you have done if that was you?
I don't know. I'd have played. Well, they had just won the title. They had just beat the best team in the NBA. They had a 73-game win the season.
And who hit a lot of those big shots?
Kyrie. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why he left. They could have figured that out because now he's trying to get back with LeBron in LA. You know, that's public knowledge. Everything is right there. The writing's on the wall. So I don't know, man. Kyrie just don't show up to work. This might hurt, but LeBron James' run is maybe over. That outside, that bubble title, Bron got one title in 2016. This is the Warriors' run since 2015. Keep it 100. Titles in 8 years. Keep it 100. 4 titles in 8 years. I honestly, publicly, I will go publicly and just say right now that I think the Golden State Warriors going to win the title this year. And I don't never ride with them, but I'm taking them. If that championship is what y'all called it, does the same apply when the Spurs was playing only 50 games? When they beat New York?
I agree too, because that was the lockout. When they did the lockout and then they came back, for the 50 games. Yeah.
Right.
But the only difference was in that is they played them at each other's home. Game, they played
with fans, right?
Yeah. This was just in one spot.
Yeah.
This was in one spot, and it was to me just like a high school game, or not a high school game, an AAU game, the Peach Jam.
Right. Yeah.
You're under one roof,
Because all of them played there, didn't they?
Yeah.
AAU, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Man said Kyrie ain't going to no LA. He's not going to LA.
He end up there. Watch. And Russell will end up back in Brooklyn. Watch what I tell you. You heard it here first from Bobby Reed, your boy.
With Tyrone, look what Tyrone Carter says.
They'll be lucky to finish 7th place this year. I don't even think they're gonna get that, Tyrone Carter.
Because if they finish 7, they're in the playoffs, right?
Yeah. I don't even think
you said they're not gonna make it, right? They're not gonna make the playoffs.
Are they better than Denver?
Name them. Keep naming the West team.
We got Denver.
Uh-huh.
We got Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
We got San Antonio.
Uh-huh.
Because Pop gonna always keep them on the hunt.
Okay.
We got the Clippers.
Uh-huh.
We got Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
And who else we got?
Memphis.
And
Minnesota.
I ain't even said Golden State.
Wow. And Minnesota.
They're not better than none of them teams. They're not better than not one of them teams.
And the 7, man said 7 is the play-in game. So they're not even gonna make the play-in game. The teams we just mentioned.
Nope. Bron has ran his course. This season is all about him breaking Wilt Chamberlain's record. Jabbar's record. But the run is up. Bron is planning to be able to play with his son. After that, it's over. He'll never win another title. Never. It's over.
Wow.
You know that.
For LeBron, man, it's over for Bron.
But he had a good run.
I thought Bron wanted to play with his brother, Bron. I thought LeBron wanted to play with Bron.
His son.
Yeah.
Bronny. Yeah, I'm saying he planned to break Jabbar's record, and he'll be back to play with his son. So
he's gonna break Kareem's record and then go play with his son for 2 years.
Just hanging around.
Wow. That's what he's going to do.
And the NBA, they all about marketing, so they're going to end up bringing his son over there on the 2-way.
But before we get out of here, Bob, who is your sleeper team? Who is your sleeper team in the NBA?
Memphis? Yeah. Because Memphis is like the city of Memphis is, it's a great place.
And is that your MVP, Ja Morant, this year?
No, I'm going to go with Joel Embiid. Because he's been teeter-tottering around for a minute.
Yeah, but man, you see that game last night? You didn't see it, did you?
I ain't watching.
Philly, you didn't see that game.
They lost
against Greek Freak.
They lost. Yeah, I was watching it, but it was on, but I really wasn't watching it. Joel Embiid didn't do nothing.
No, he played decent, but again, if like I listen to like certain guys, and I was listening to Shaquille O'Neal yesterday, and he was like, "Man, there's a duck in right here," and you look at it, you're like, "Damn, he should have ducked in. He could have got the ball." But he was so caught up in trying to set a screen for somebody that probably wasn't going to do nothing with the ball.
Right.
And James Harden, he's starting to get his rhythm back a little bit. But my sleeper team, man, that I think gonna surprise some people. Well, wait. Before I'm just gonna stop this because I saw this come up from Pooh. I had to put her stuff up there real quick.
Hey, Embiid is a little soft to be so big. The game is perimeter oriented. Everybody's shooting threes. Everybody playing perimeter ball. So, Pooh, we gotta do what the Romans do.
Yeah. Cleveland, that's a good one. Shot. He said, Cleveland is a good sleeper. It is. That's a good sleeper team right there. I mean, they got the backcourt.
Shot Jones. That's my man, Shot Jones. Man, he down there in the Mississippi.
Oh, that's your boy.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. Actually, he a rapper. He doing his thing big out there, man. He's really from Chicago. He went down there and signed with Shot Jones.
I thought he was in Tampa.
He might be moving around through there, but Shot Jones, my mind just froze up. But he signed a deal. He doing his thing down there. He got a new song called Southern Love. Give it up to my boy Shot Jones, man. That man, I'm talking about this guy. He from the hood, and late in the game he signed a deal and he ended up moving down south. Trill life, there you go, boy. Trill life. Hey man, I'm old, Shot Jones, but I want to give you a shout out. That's my man. We used to hoop together in the hundreds. One of my bros, man. I love him to death. Because he got his deal late in the game.
Right.
So that's just about the longevity of staying with what you want to do and your goals and dreams and aspirations.
Facts. If that's what you choose to do, man, and you love it, man, keep going until it pops.
Hey, Liv, let me ask you this question though, real quick before we switch gears. And I know we gotta get out of here because I'm longer than a hostage.
I don't rap. I'm not a rapper.
No, I'm talking about when you want to be successful at something, whatever it is you're chasing, don't that have to be your dominant thought?
Oh, wait. Pooh threw me off, man, with the question she just threw up there again about you. So we get to it. Let's what'd you say now?
No, I'm saying when you're trying to be successful,
okay,
you're chasing the dream, whether you want to be a doctor, lawyer, pharmacist, whatever, don't that have to be your dominant thought?
Oh, definitely. If that's what you're trying to do, and that's what you want to become, if you want to become great at something and make a whole lot of money, you put that time in and watch what happens.
And it has to stay in your mind 120% of the time.
No doubt. There you go.
Mr. OG freaking Marcus, don't laugh. I know I had you in tears, but I saw Robert taking pictures in the locker room with a towel on. Laugh out. OG still got a body for it too. Y'all laugh on today. God damn, Pooh. Pooh. Well, you better be a girl. You better be a girl talking like that. You better be a girl. I'm just in the bathroom. No, I'm just kidding.
Man, I got me coughing, man. Oh man, that's too funny, Bob. She said you was in the bathroom. Flexing, you was flexing, Bob.
Yes, sir. Hey man, God grant me favor. I'll be 55 coming up in 2023. I'll be 55. And man, I'm gonna have the biggest birthday party, man. I want all my guys, everybody to come out July 18th, it's summertime, and just come kick it, man. Because God granted us favor to be here. We're gonna kick it, man.
No doubt.
Your dominant thought should be your focus. Doctors don't operate and take calls at the same time. That's right.
Oh boy.
I'm all woman, 25 years old. I just be joking because Liv be laughing hard. It's all good, Pooh. It's all good, man. Pooh, I appreciate you.
We do need that, a lot, because that brings joy and happiness to the show. So Bob be doing his thing. Bob be doing all types of stuff.
Go check my story. Make sure y'all go check my story. Hold on, let's see. There you go. My story. That's my up story. That's my story right now.
Oh,
yeah,
boy.
go check it out.
We can't see it, Bob. We can't see it.
You can't see it? Damn.
Oh, man.
I use Ursula Stone. You go check my Facebook story today.
That boy had that towel on. you got. Where was this towel though, Bob?
When I come out of yoga.
Oh, when you come out of yoga, okay. All right, man. We see it, man. We see it.
All right. There you go. There you go. Hey, your boy, man. John Billy, baby.
Oh, man.
Hey, don't let nobody tell you all ball Chicago we don't have fun, man. We have a good time. Hey, Pooh, man, you better quit with the jokes. One day, Pooh, we want you to come on the show for real, man. Join us, man. We need some more energy. We need some female energy sometime, man. Well, I see you got jokes and shit.
And Pooh, did you play basketball? Let us know. Did you hoop or what sport did you play? And are you from Chicago? I know you said you live in Detroit, in Michigan, but are you from Chicago? Yeah, we'd love to have you come on the show and chop it up with us sometime.
Hey, I'm gonna ask a controversial question, then we'll get out of here though.
All right,
what y'all think about Kanye West and his comments about George Floyd? Because I know he got it from Candace Owens. I know he got it from that documentary. But do y'all think it's excessive for $250 million?
That's what they're trying to sue him for?
Yeah, $250 million, man.
Yeah, wow.
I just want to act like we're not knocking nobody. Me and Liv not placing no judgment. We just want to know him just saying what Candace Owens said about George Floyd. Like, we won't mention it, but we know what happened. But what's $250 million worth?
Wow. Wow, that's crazy.
No, it's great. He's staying in shape. Hot yoga. But Robert, why you gotta take a pic with a towel on though? He got eyes. If I came on, it won't ever be the same. Yes, I did, but I was too girly. All good, man. All good. You know what? Do y'all think Nori should have interviewed him? Nori been on shows saying sorry. And you know what? In my opinion, Pooh, man, I just think that I think Nori, he's been buck broken. And when they say buck broken, you know, back in slavery days, you know, they'll beat you down and just to break their spirits and stuff like that. Nori's getting beat down because he's getting paid by them people. Me and Liv, we own our show. And we ain't on no defamation of character stuff, but he's been buck broken.
Man, hey,
he having a parade sorry game. Bro, you didn't say nothing. Kanye said it. How you gonna take responsibility for somebody else's actions? Like, Liv, we have shows, and if somebody divert the plane, we can try to reel them back in, but those are not our words, man.
Right. I don't know what's going on, man, with Kanye, but it's difficult for him to get in front of a microphone and just start, talking about whatever, and I think he needs a PR person to help and to help navigate through some things, man, and prepare him. Yeah. I think when people get on and just start talking, and sometimes you get in some trouble.
Yeah.
Right.
He just started his rant, right?
Uh-oh. Look.
Pooh, I don't know you, but you the GOAT laugh for the day. Thanks. Oh man, y'all wrong, man.
Man, Bob.
Wrong,
Pooh, she be pointing it out, man, and that's good for the soul. Laughter, So every time she says something about you, man, that you didn't post, because I don't be on your page like that all the time, but she said, Bobby, your boy a freak.
I grew up on Rick James and Prince. I'm sorry. Rick James and Prince was my idols. I'm sorry.
Man, shoot, come on. That was when music was music back then, though, too, Bob. Think about
man.
it. I mean, I mean, even talking about people don't talk about this a lot because the hip hop, game that took over pretty much all genres of music.
Mm-hmm.
But R&B back in the day, man, you had Shy, you had Jodeci. I mean, you had some guys that can blow, man. Keith Sweat. It was some music being played back then, man. Maybe that's why these boys are so off the chain now.
That's what it is, man. They don't know nothing about love. Like we grew up off love. You remember Alicia Myers? I want to thank you, Heavenly Father, for shining your light on me. We grew up off of songs like that, like Forever Mine. Everything was like love, man. Some of Ye's messages is crazy, but if you are listening past the rant, he's speaking the truth. You don't become a billionaire and not know what you're doing, saying a lot of times. I agree, man. I agree. And we won't repeat none of the things that he said, but he was spot on. He's surrounded by too many yes men. Need someone like me to teach him the way and how to navigate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's our very own Chicago, Kanye, Weezy, Kanye, Yeezy.
Yeezy, baby.
Been doing his thing in the rap game, but he's making the bulk of his money through what?
His shoes. Yeezys. Them doggone Yeezys, he sell more of them than Michael Jordan, boy. I know it's a little bit before my day, but R. Kelly, Mary J., Whitney Houston, Mariah, Drew Hill, Luther Vandross. I grew up with my mom. They listened to those old school songs. Hey, Pooh, you want to hear that music? Swing over to my TikTok. I'm the R&B king of TikTok. I'm killing them on TikTok. Wow, no more child pictures thinking.
You just not saying it. They just put you on blast.
Oh man, that's my story. That's my story up to date. I show y'all my top 15.
Right.
The top 15. I was a big fan of Bob Johnson. Let me explain the top 15 on my page, and I'm gonna get out. We can get out of here.
Okay.
So I was a big fan of Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson had the Jet Beauty of the Week.
Right.
If you ask the average young man in America that grew up in our urban community, when they got to Jet magazine, what page they went to first?
The centerfold.
You going?
You're like, wait.
Everybody wanted to see the Jet Beauty of the Week. So I do my top 15.
Right.
Where I just pick beautiful women. And I just think that we're not lusted. We just happy the way that God made y'all. Like, man, thank you, God.
So that's the
you
reason
came
why
from
you came from
you do it. Well, I'm a big fan of Bob Johnson. So I feature, my top 15.
The beauty of the week or something, or the beauty
the beauty of the week. And just to show them that you don't have to be lusted at. But you can be showcased as, hey man, you've taken care of yourself, you look amazing. And you came from the rib of a man, so I want to glorify you. That's it.
And is it people you know?
Yeah. Majority of the people, they send
that
stuff
you know
to
these.
me. Yeah, they send that stuff to me. They inbox me that stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, there you have it. That's Pooh. Now you see why Bob puts it, out there. Yeah, that's why I call him Bob. That's why I call him Bob Johnson, right? He's the new version of it, though, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like
Hoop Scoop said, Robert, ain't nothing wrong with your love for the ladies.
Hey man, we grew up off of Teddy Pendergrass, Luther Vandross. I mean, back when we grew up, nobody was disrespecting the women. Let's be real now.
Right.
We taught respect first. We was taught respect first. And also, we know that you get more bees with honey.
My man, Bobby Robert Bobby, A.K. Playboy, A.K. The magazine, Jet Magazine, Centerfold. I'm going to put him right there and let everybody see him. And you know people be going, I bet they be following your page, boy, when you put that out there, boy.
You know, people just
They enjoy
I
it,
won't
right?
show it. I get sometimes on those posts, I get 400 or 500 views throughout my whole
Wow.
story. Through my
Wow.
whole story to 400 or 500 people. Like,
Wow.
so I mean, I wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't getting that many people. I'm like,
Right.
oh, they like this. Oh, okay. Let me
And
keep
why,
it coming.
and why did you do your singing part? That's what I want to know.
Well, you know, I always wanted to be an R&B singer. So
Is that why you got the glasses on today? The
yeah,
sunglasses?
man, I'm Teddy Riley today. I'm Bobby Riley.
You kind of look like Teddy Riley.
I'm Bobby Riley today.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Teddy Riley's long lost brother from the hundreds.
So now you're a producer. Now you're a singer, producer, the jack of all trades.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oh man, boy, you're
But for real, but on the real, man, we just want to thank everybody for tuning in. This was just a Friday. We wanted to get out with the Wilt Chamberlain story, just get some comments about that and talk about who was that GOAT, because everybody has their own GOAT, it seems like, and does numbers make you a GOAT? What makes you the GOAT? Some people have different opinions in talking about who's the GOAT. Was it somebody that changed the game? So we just wanted to put that out there and let you guys fill in the blanks.
Hey, I see Shaq Jones say he's so proud of your nephew, man, Marcus. Good stuff, man. Javon is doing his thing, man. Shout out to Javon.
And and we'll start talking about some of the things that he's going through too, man, because everybody goes through certain things, man, in life, and some they have to deal with. But that's another topic, another show that I definitely want to talk about, because I think it will help, some people down the road of what not to do and who to hang yourself and associate yourself with.
Yeah.
He ain't do nothing wrong. I'm just saying he ain't hanging out with the wrong people, but I just want to put that out there.
That's what's up, man. Well, we got, this was a good one. It was a Friday. It was a random one. But Wednesday, man, we got a special guest coming. We ain't going to reveal it yet. But make sure y'all tune in Wednesday at 12. This time we're going to have the stuff right.
That's 12 Central. That's 12 Chicago time on the East Coast. If you're on that East Coast, that's 1 p.m.
Absolutely.
And of course, if you're on that West Coast, you already know you're 3 hours behind.
Yeah, absolutely, man. It's been real, Lib. I got to give me a burrito today. I think I'm gonna get me a deep fried burrito.
Man, you be going to hot yoga, but then you turn around and eat a deep fried burrito
with extra cheese. And guess what? You eat it because I ain't going nowhere this weekend, so I gotta be close to the toilet.
Crazy, man. Towels on, man, and hanging out, man, and girls and all this stuff, man. You're a character, man. You're a character.
I know,
you're a character, man.
I know, man. I know. And this life is to be lived, baby. We're gonna live it to the fullest. Hey, man, make sure y'all also don't forget, man, before we get out of here, don't forget to get the culture, man. I see a lot of coaches on there. Make sure y'all go get the device. Hit me up personally, man. I can get you a good deal on it. Inbox me if you're a beautician. I know I got a lot of beauticians using it. And then my guy, he got the coach. He down in Missouri, and he gave 8 of his guys who work on a construction site these devices.
Wow!
Man. Because there's so much noise out there, they using them out there. So shout out to my boy Travis Ross. He bought 8 of them, man. Straight up. Man. Shout out.
Yeah. Oh, and definitely Mountain West is 1 hour. But I was talking about not Central Time. I was talking about Eastern Time, because that's when we come on, 1 p.m. Eastern Time, my time, because I'm in Florida right now. So I don't know who this is. It says Facebook user, but I said it right. It's I'm 3 hours behind because I'm on the East Coast, my brother. All right. So yeah, man. Oh, Pooh said she liked my nephew. She said, I like Javon game. He's cute too.
Cool, y'all about the same age.
I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna let him know you said that. Have a great day, Pooh. Hip Hop Scoop. Definitely always tuning in. Dion Hoop Page. And the rest of them I can't see, Bob. You probably see me. Shot Jones. Tyrone Carter, Melissa, Man. Who else is on here? Whitley, my man, appreciate you. Eric Johnson, appreciate you. Bob,
yes, sir.
Wherever you're going to get your burrito, we need them to be a sponsor of our show. So when you going in there eating those tacos every Tuesdays and Fridays, you need to be talking to them about some sponsorships, all right?
Oh, you gonna say every Tuesday and Friday, Taco Tuesday.
Because you know you be in there on Tuesdays, boy.
Taco Tuesday. I'm gone.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Chicago, all